Now, The Rise of Skywalker is set to introduce many different revelations in the film that will cause many different saga-wide implications, which may be a good or a bad thing for the Star Wars franchise. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. So, one thing to really look forward to in Episode 9 is that this film really is going to be full of twists and turns, and that's going to be structured in a way in where we're going to look and examine the Star Wars franchise in a different way, thanks to director J.J. Abrams. Again, like I say, this could turn out to be a good or a bad thing. It's all a matter of execution. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions involving both Kylo Ren and Emperor Palpatine, this is where things begin to get very intense for a moment within the third act of the movie. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing is that a description of one of the sequences based within the third act of the film, where it's described that Kylo Ren is in a state of conflict when he is facing Darth Sidious in the form of the Dark Acolyte's body. Both Kylo and Palpatine are standing in front of each other, where Kylo appears to be weakened and exhausted with an injury to his leg, where blood can be seen. It's said that eventually Kylo kneels down in front of Sidious, where Palpatine is said to place his hand on top of Kylo's head and provides him a lesson that would put Kylo in a state of temptation of a power stronger than what the dark side is, as fans know it. Palpatine is described to tell Kylo that if he is to truly complete his training, he must destroy everybody he loves and must make his way to the beyond, which contains the origins of the dark side. It's said that Palpatine also tells Kylo a master without an apprentice is a master of nothing, and that if one is to succeed, Kylo must confront his greatest fear and embrace it to rise up to the dark side completely, and warns Kylo that if he chooses someone more devious, that he will actually hold the blade that will meet his demise. So I want to go over a couple of parts about this. Now, this lesson that's being provided by Darth Sidious to Kylo Ren really does mean a couple of different things here. Now, we see that Darth Sidious sees the weakness within Kylo Ren. He has a lot of these setbacks, right? He has a lot of things holding him back, such as his mother and Rey. There are emotions going toward those two characters in this movie by Kylo, and it's all a matter of exactly how strong those emotions really are that are going to interrupt Kylo Ren's path. Again, like I say, Kylo is going to be fully embraced with the dark side for the first and second act of the film, but once the third act arrives, which is when Darth Sidious comes into fruition, is when Kylo becomes basically conflicted and becomes a little confused as to exactly what his path in the galaxy and in the universe is really going to be from that point on forward. So with that being said, Palpatine basically wants Kylo Ren to destroy everybody that he loves. This includes Rey, this includes General Leia Organa, his own mother of all people, and to let go of the past, such as, having that remorse for Han Solo, as well as his uncle Luke Skywalker and how he keeps on interrupting Kylo Ren's mind. Now, there's a lot of talk out there that the reason as to why Luke's Force Ghost is able to communicate with Kylo Ren in this movie has all to do with exactly how Kylo is still somewhat conflicted to a certain extent. There's a shred of light left within Kylo Ren, and that's exactly how Rey is able to use that against Kylo toward the third act of Episode 9, as we went over just yesterday. So the thing that's really intriguing about Episode 9 is that we have Darth Sidious basically giving him a lecture, a lesson if you will, similar to what he did with Anakin Skywalker in Revenge of the Sith, and it really does mirror that movie. You can really see how Kylo Ren is a direct mirror image of Anakin Skywalker, and they're really trying to do that in a literal sense with Emperor Palpatine, where now you have Emperor Palpatine giving a lesson to Kylo Ren, the grandson of the late Darth Vader, also known as Anakin Skywalker. And what I like about this is that this really is a moment in which Kylo has to make a big decision, a decision that would have dramatic effects on not just the sequel trilogy, but on many of the characters affiliated with Kylo Ren. We're talking about Leia. We're also talking about Rey and Luke Skywalker's Force Ghost. After all, Luke's Force Ghost does indeed communicate with Kylo, Kylo, from the beginning of the movie all the way to the end of the movie. So this film really is going to be big, as the editor Marianne said just a couple of days ago. This movie is a big movie, and they had far less time to edit Star Wars Episode 9. Again, I don't know if that's something to be worried about, the fact that they had less time to edit this thing in comparison to The Force Awakens. It could mean that, they are going to rush through certain scenes, and hopefully that whole entire, aspect of them rushing is not going to show in the final cut of Episode 9. So anyways, I digress. I'm very excited to see how this is going to be executed on the big screen between both Kylo and Palpatine giving him this lesson, and how that's really going to be used in order to make Kylo Ren a stronger character, and whether or not Kylo is really going to take on this opportunity by Darth Sidious. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.